Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm bringing you another Star Wars The Black Series haul video, plus a little bit extra. And you know how this goes with these kinds of videos on my channel. Here I want to simply share with you guys what I just received, what are the figures that I added to my collection, and I want you guys to know what's coming up on the channel. So today I received not one, not two, but three new boxes, three new packagings. As you saw, one is from Ami, this one is from Hasbro Pulse EU, and this one is from the Man Cave Austria store. So without further ado, let's dive in and let me show you guys what I just received. As always, our trusty cutter. And we're gonna start with the smallest box here, and this is the one from the Man Cave Austria. And we're gonna start with this one because this box should contain some of the new Black Series figures. Actually, on this box it's also written number 15 Darth Vader Duel's End. That shouldn't be something that's in this box. I'm positive that it's not, because that's not something that I ordered. And here we go. We have some protective air bubbles. I love when sellers do things like this, when they take care of the packaging. They make sure that nothing is damaged. And we're gonna start with the first thing here. The first figure that we have here is the Black Series Tusken Chieftain from the Book of Boba Fett. Now, whether you like the show or not, I feel like it's great that they expanded the story of Tusken people. This is actually the second Tusken figure that we have in the Black Series line. The original came out way back, and now we are finally getting more. This is of course Chieftain, and I feel like they are probably reusing some of the sculpt, maybe a lot of it. They did give us some new things on this figure, some new sculpt. For the accessories we get his spear, so that is good, and it's a fairly simple figure that has plastic skirt piece, and so you know that that will hinder the articulation of this guy, but you probably won't need this figure to move that much. He will probably be standing there and you will be able to build your Tusken display if you want. The side art looks nice, and Tusken Chieftain is number 6 in the Book of Boba Fett Black Series subline, and there's not much more to say. I wanted to add this guy to my collection, even though his posability is limited, as is the original Tusken figure, but nevertheless, he looks good and he will be a great addition to my collection. And now Hasbro, please release that Tusken Warrior for the Black Series line, because you already gave it to the TVC line. Next figure in this box is Mandalorian Fleet Commander. Now, this is a character from the 3rd season of The Mandalorian. It's a character that briefly appeared in the show, and when they announced the figure, we thought that this guy will maybe have a bigger role in the show. No, he was just there, and Hasbro decided to give us a figure of him. But I mean, I'm not complaining. It's another Mandalorian, and I feel like a lot of us want to build our Mando army for our collection. So here it is, another random Mando figure, but this time he has a recognizable face, he has the helmet, and he will bring a nice variety to your Mando collection. If I'm not mistaken, this should be on that new Death Watch Mando body that we all want Hasbro to use for all of the Mandalorian figures, unlike what they did for Pre-Vizsla. It's a great body type, it has nice proportions, it has great articulation range, and therefore I'm all for it. So I love the way that this guy looks. He comes with his jetpack, only one blaster, and as already mentioned, his Mando helmet. He is number 34 in the Mandalorian line. We have a nice side art, another random Mandalorian that we can add to our collection. So there you go. Next up we have Cad Bane, a single released Cad Bane from the Book of Boba Fett. I was really looking forward to this figure. I love his live action appearance. I love the way that they translated the animation style into live action, and I feel like they really did a great job. And as soon as I saw him in the show, I wanted that figure immediately, you know. Of course, this guy already came out with Cobb Vanth in that 2-pack release, and that release is actually a slightly different than this one. It has different face sculpt, a kind of more smirky face, if I'm not mistaken, and this one has much more serious face, but I don't mind it. I love this design. I love what Hasbro did with this figure. I feel like they really did a great job. And of course, he comes with his 2 pistol blasters, which is essential for Cad Bane. He has his blue gauntlets, of course his hat. We can also take a look at his side art. Cad Bane is number 5 in the Book of Boba Fett line. And yeah, I'm looking forward to posing this figure for my channel, so stay tuned. And then the last Black Series figure in this box is, yep, the Mandalorian Glavis Ringworld version. I've heard so many good things about this figure. Even some of you guys who were commenting some of my videos, you were asking me if I will get this figure, review it and pose it, and finally I decided that I need to have this figure. Even though I'm someone who prefers Mafex version in the 6-inch scale, and I do have that upcoming Mafex Mando on pre-order. So even though I have that Mafex one on pre-order, I still decided to get this one because from what I saw, this is one of the best Black Series figures in general. I can't be a Black Series collector and miss out on one of the best Black Series figures ever made. I'm not a fan of what Hasbro did with all of their previous Mando figures. The body was not that bad, but the helmet was just awful. And then with the jetpack and plastic cape thing, you know, where you can't have both on the figure at the same time, awful design. And so now, almost like 300 Mando figures in the Black Series line later, Hasbro finally made a great Mando figure. At least that's what people say, and that's what I saw from the reviews. So I was really looking forward to getting this guy, and I'm really happy that this new Mando is now part of my collection. Finally, a Black Series Mando with a soft goods cape that can combine the cape and the jetpack at the same time on the figure, you know. Again, from what I saw and from what I heard and from what I see here in hand, this guy is the Black Series Mando to get for your collection. This Glavis Ringworld Mando is number 8 in the Book of Boba Fett subline, and here is his side art and even a better look at the figure in the box. So out of all these figures, I'll probably review this guy first because it's my most wanted figure out of these, but again, all of these will be on the channel soon. They will all get their review and their posing video, so stay tuned for all of that, especially for this Mando. Let's now move forward and we'll keep this Hasbro theme going. We will now move forward to the package that arrived from Hasbro Pulse EU. And here we have 2 figures, and none of them are Star Wars related. They are actually Marvel related. In general, I don't collect Marvel Legends figures, but these 2 I had to get. Let's get into it. The first one here is Doc Ock. Marvel Legends Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. That is the version of Spider-Man from my childhood, so I was really excited to see that Hasbro is making these figures. And obviously, because you see Doc Ock here, you guys probably know which figure is the second one in this box, but we'll get to that. Doc Ock here is a beast of a figure. He has those large tentacles that are fully wired. Even though it says Spider-Man 2, the design, the look of Doc Ock is from the latest what was it called? No Way Home Spider-Man movie? Yeah, Doc Ock looked a little bit different in the original Spider-Man 2. They changed his look a little bit for this new movie, and I'm guessing that it says Spider-Man 2 because of some licensing issues, you know. I do have SHF, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man figures. I even do have few of Tom Holland Spider-Man figures. So these bad guys are something that will look great on that Marvel Spider-Man display. And then, as I said, you guys probably know what is the second figure in this box, because first one is Doc Ock, and then the second one is, of course, Green Goblin, but this time it says Spider-Man No Way Home. They heavily redesigned the look of the character for this movie, even though this guy comes with the original Green Goblin's helmet from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movie. This guy comes with probably one of the best head sculpts that Hasbro has ever done for Marvel Legends. Norman Osborn's head looks amazing, and they gave you the hood, they gave you the glasses, they gave you the helmet, so there are some varieties with which you can play when you want to display this figure. So you know that I'll have a lot of fun when I pose this guy for his posing video. And I mean, the glider alone is such a huge thing to have on your display. The only downside of this figure is the ankle articulation, and his ab crunch could be a bit better. Unfortunately, I heard that this guy is difficult to put in those kind of dynamic poses on the glider. But I will try my best to give you guys as many posing options as I can when I start to mess around with this guy for his posing video. So stay tuned for that. Here are both of them. Here is the side of the box, the other side of the box, and Spidey logo here on the top. I was lucky enough that I stumbled upon Hasbro Pulse's page when both of them were in stock. I'm not sure if these will go back in stock in time, you never know. That is what I got from Hasbro Pulse EU. Stay tuned for these two guys for their reviews and their posing videos. And then let's move forward to our last packaging, the last box for this video. So I opened the box and this thing flew out of it. And I joke around, but I love when these stores do something like this, you know, when they put some effort into their products and their shipments, and when they share with you these promo materials that are creative. You always get a different image, a different illustration, you know, and some informations about the store here in the back. So it's a small thing, but it's a nice attention to detail. Oh yeah, yep. See, I said that I'll do this if I get the chance, and I got the chance. That is why I was able to get Peter B. Parker from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse by SV Action Sentinel. Now this is the original release. You guys probably know, if you are a follower of my channel, you guys probably know that recently I got a bootleg of this figure from AliExpress. If you watched my review and my posing video for that bootleg, then you know how good that bootleg really is. And I actually have it here. This is the bootleg. This is the original. As you can see, no Marvel logo down here. Recently, Sentinel decided to re-release this Peter B. Parker. When I first saw this guy, when the figure first came out, I was so impressed with the figure. And at the time, I thought that I'll never be able to get it. Because, first, it was too expensive, and then secondly, it was sold out all over the place. But then later, as I said, Sentinel decided to re-release this figure, and I think that it was cheaper than the first time around. It is not the deluxe version that comes with that lion head statue thing. I really don't need that. And so I will be making a review for the original and then a posing video for the original as well. And then on top of that, I will be making a video where I compare the original with the bootleg. From views and the amount of comments on bootleg videos on my channel, I know that there are a lot of you guys out there who are interested in this figure. And so I hope that this comparison between the original and bootleg will give you maybe some more informations that you need to decide which one to get, depending of course on your budget. So I'm extremely excited about this figure. I also do have bootlegs, also from AliExpress, bootlegs of Sentinel Miles and Gwen, and I still need to make those reviews and posing videos. And I also do have original Mafex versions, so I'm fine with that. I just wanted to have the original Peter B. Parker because the best, or no, there is also Revoltech, the amazing Yamaguchi, so it's maybe not the best, but one of the best 6-inch 1/12 Spider-Man figures for posing. So I'm extremely happy and excited that I was able to get the original. And again, stay tuned for the review, for the posing video, for comparison. Everything will be on the channel soon, as well as those Miles and Gwen bootlegs. So as you guys can see, there is a lot of new content coming to the channel soon, so stay tuned for all of that. I also encourage you to check out some of my other videos. There are a lot of them on the channel. And I really hope that you'll find something entertaining there. Also, a huge thank you goes out to my supporters on Patreon, and to all of you guys. Thank you all so much for watching my content. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.